All right, guys. Hope everyone's ready for the final phase of cryptocurrency because it's coming and it's coming fast. So, in the final phase of cryptocurrency, what does everybody need to pay attention to? Well, you got to pay attention to taxes, guys. So, that's what we're going to be talking about today. The future forecast is released. I'll talk about that in a second. I think you guys will really enjoy that. I do have updated sell limits for XRP, XLM, ADA, SHIB, and Solana. Updated sell limits. So I just want to let you guys know that the sell limits have been updated based off some new data that I see in the market. So make sure you guys watch that in the future forecast. I'm taking and showing all of you guys my buys and sells. The portfolio actually, I think it hit $2 million last night, but let me give you guys an update here. 1.916. So we're $921,000 in profit for the year, and we've taken $171,000 of profit already. So anyways, just giving you guys a quick update on that. Today, I talked to you guys about this, is the tax software. And I'm doing a really quick run through because I kind of did this yesterday a little bit, but this really warrants that you guys understand this. Maybe just one more video. What a lot of retail traders do is if they're lucky enough to time the bottom, they then end up selling. Let's say you guys got a really good entry low and you sell high, okay? What I see the problem is that many retail traders, they come in here and they buy and they sell. And what they do with this gain here is they actually just inject it back in to the market on the next low. Not remembering that every time you buy and sell an asset, you trigger what's called a capital event, a capital gains event. And what can really be cumbersome for you guys and new traders is to not know how to track this, because there is an IRS form that you have to, by law, fill out. It's called Form 8949. This has to be sent in with your tax forms or, TurboTax or your CPA. What happens is the bog down happens in people's minds where you should be focusing on gains. You should be looking to take exits, and all of your mental ability should be looking at technical analysis and honestly like spending the time with the Lord to ask him for exits. You start feeling this burden, this overweighting cloud of taxes. I have to owe at the end of the year. I have to owe based off every buy and sell that you make. So what I did this morning is I took you guys through how to set up a tax software that I've used last year and this year with my CPA that tracks every single purchase that is beautiful. Coinbase, Ledger, because I've got that connected up, and then Kraken. You have literally hundreds of options you can connect to this software, but it takes out the headache. And then real quick, I want to talk to you guys about this. This is my approach to the market when I buy and sell. This is not what you guys need to do, but I found a lot of just peace in doing this. So let me explain this to you guys. Between a buy that I make and a sell, let's say that I bought an asset for $1,000. It increased over time, and I sold this for $2,000. I made a 100% increase. That's awesome, okay? What I do is when I sell this, I immediately go ahead and take off, because of the tax bracket I'm in, I take 50% of what's called my gain, not my principal balance, but my gain on this trade, and I actually put this into a bank account. I then take 10% off of this, so 50%, and then I take 10% of this and I set it aside for tithe that month. So what I do is I take this approach where every buy and sell that I make throughout the year, I'm constantly taking money back to my bank. Why? Because I'm de-risking that money. Because many people, they want to do this here. And I don't blame you, because like mathematically it checks out kind of. Where you buy, you sell, and then you buy back in. And people are like, I want to use the gains that I had to reinvest back into the market. But not realizing that when you get to the topping area, if you happen to time the top and if you're in profit, you have to go back and claim taxes on all of the buys and sells that you did. In an unfortunate possible scenario for some where you don't time the top and you actually go into another bear market and you round trip the entire thing, you guys still owe a massive tax bill on all of the buys and sells you've done throughout the year. It's called capital gains tax. And so this morning, and it's called Future Forecast. TradeConfident.io. There's links in the description. I'm walking you guys through this whole scenario and how to set up tax software so you guys can just release the burden and just focus on, like I did a big circle yesterday, guys, in the video. I said gains. You need to be focusing on gains. We've already taken a 500% profit trade. We've taken a 400% profit trade, and I've done just this on both those trades. And if I want to enter the money back into the market, I can do so, but I've already set that money aside. Because there's nothing more frustrating, guys, than getting to the top of cryptocurrency. You're at the end of the run. You're like, I've got, $100,000 in my account, where no, you don't. You probably have maybe 75,000 because you forgot about all the transactions that you did along the way in the market that you forgot to claim taxes on. So I'm going to show you guys how to actually set up tax software today, and I'm just going to take this burden away from you guys. It is absolutely stinking amazing. So I'm going to show that to you guys and show you some other really cool tools to actually forecast if you were to sell everything right now or at any point, what your tax burden would be. So you can actually calculate taxes before you sell. Mind blown. I love this feature so much. So guys, updated July 18th. We're going through a full walkthrough of the tax software, show you guys how to connect multiple exchanges in a wallet, the future forecast, updated sell limits on XRP, XLM, Cardano, SHIB, Algorand, okay? And then I'm going to show you guys where alt season, I believe, is going to be topping this cycle, as well as I'm actually going to go over and show you guys where the parabolic phase of Bitcoin is expected to start and where my top Bitcoin prices projections are, with actually really, really good evidence of where Bitcoin is going to top, and give you guys those charts, like what charts I am looking at that have called the exact peaks of Bitcoin in the past. Because when Bitcoin peaks, you have a 2 to 3 week period where you see altcoins run, and then you better be the heck out of altcoins. So I'm giving that to you guys this morning. This is on what we call our future forecast. A link in the description will give you guys 25% off, and you guys can watch the next month's worth. I'm not doing one this coming Tuesday because I'm in YWAM, Mendocino with my wife's family. We're doing a family reunion there, but everything after that I will be coming out. So I packed you guys loaded with a huge future forecast today, the sell limits, and a walkthrough on taxes. And then I actually gave you guys a full walkthrough of all of my sell limits and game plan to sell out of this market. Literally probably 2 weeks worth of information that you can start mocking up on your charts to see how we are going to take profits this cycle. We've done very well. We're up $171,000 in already realized profit this year, and we are $921,000 in profit over our cost basis, which is $194,000. So really great success. The Lord has been so good to us to give us wisdom here. So all the wisdom I get, I'm giving to you guys in what we call the future forecast that I do every Tuesday and every Friday. Last but not least, guys, every buy, every sell, I will show every buy and every sell. You just have to promise me that I'm not your financial advisor and you take responsibility for yourself. But if you want to follow someone who's been doing this for 10 years and we have a really good track record of success, I want you guys to be able to purchase a ticket into my life and to be able to see whenever I sell and exit based off of really being able to have charts that have timed the peak of every single XRP, XLM, and Bitcoin top in the previous cycles. Just you having that data alone will set you guys far apart from a lot of other traders out there, and really just give you guys confidence moving forward. So guys, there we go. I'll give you guys a pop-up here at the end of the video. Enjoy this. Have a great weekend, and watch that at a coffee shop or at home. And let me know if you guys have any questions by emailing in, but the future forecast is live. Relieve the burden of taxes and focus on one thing, gains, and the sell limits that I'm showing you guys I'm taking profit on here pretty soon. Bye guys.